We're watching the Gaza border with Israel this morning, where a violent confrontation is intensifying. Gaza officials now report that 25 Palestinians have been killed today by Israeli fire. That number increasing just moments ago, and over 500 more have been wounded. Outraged Palestinians are rejecting a Trump promise that is about to become reality: the opening of the U.S. embassy in the contested city of Jerusalem. Here's a look at the Gaza border today. Ongoing protests have gained new urgency ahead of the embassy's opening ceremony next hour. A U.S. delegation, including Ivanka Trump, will be on hand for that. And we're going to talk about that in just a second, but let's take a quick look live at the scene, because here is, just outside the embassy, security in place, flags flying, both American and Israeli, in anticipation and preparation for what is to come in the next hour. Our reporter, our Middle East correspondent, Derek Stoffel, is handling all of this for us. He's just outside that new embassy and live with me. Oh, this is perfect, Derek. So I can see those flags that we were just showing closer to the ground over your shoulder. Tells us exactly where you are. Let's talk about this. Donald Trump has already tweeted this morning about this being a great day for Israel. He is not there in person, but he has a delegation on his behalf. What are we expecting?
Well, the ceremony to actually officially move the American embassy from Tel Aviv to this site right behind me, set to take place in about an hour. And as you mentioned, Ivanka Trump and her husband, Jared Kushner, are here. He's in charge of the American effort to bring peace to the Middle East. And so there will be dignitaries here. There will be ceremonies here. And already in this neighborhood in South Jerusalem, many banners welcoming Donald Trump's move. So from Jewish Israelis, a day of celebration. Many people have said to me over the last couple of days that they have been waiting for this their whole life, that the closest ally of Israel, the United States, will finally move their embassy here to this city, and as a result will bring the recognition that this city is the capital of Israel. Of course, a very different story from the Palestinians. No celebrations, far from it. Demonstrations, as we've seen in Gaza as well.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about those, and we'll show the latest pictures that we have. Interesting, Derek, lots of reaction from leaders in the region, Arab leaders from Turkey, from Lebanon, that this move is going to lead to more tensions and extremism. And indeed, it certainly has led to violent clashes as we look at these pictures. And I don't know if you heard me in the introduction, but the number of dead now up to 25, and the number wounded some 500. So tell us more about what is at the root of these protests and what you expect to see there today.
Certainly. We were expecting a violent day in the Gaza Strip, and that is exactly what's playing out. Do remember that for the last 7 Fridays, there have been large-scale protests in Gaza, and more than 40 Palestinians have been killed in those protests in that period. And we are seeing large numbers of casualties today, injuries and deaths as well. Essentially, what is happening is that thousands have come out to the area near the border fence that separates Gaza from the Israeli side. You've got Israeli troops stationed on the other side, and their orders are, if someone tries to approach that fence, tries to get through that fence, that they are in the position to shoot. And that's exactly what we are seeing today. We're seeing an outcry from human rights organizations who say the Israelis need to show more restraint. From the Israelis, they say that Hamas, the militant group that controls Gaza, they are sending these people out with a death wish, essentially, that they are sending them out to be killed in this area. Certainly, it is very tense in that area, and these protests in Gaza certainly overshadowing the ceremony that will begin behind me a little bit later on.